I have regular discussions with ministerial colleagues as well as industry stakeholders on the opportunities that COP26 offers across Scotland. The COP26 Devolved Administration Ministerial Group brings together the COP President, Territorial Secretaries of State and Devolved Administration Ministers to support delivery of an inclusive and welcoming COP26 summit representative of the whole United Kingdom.
Last year, the SNP government missed their own legal emissions targets, with source emissions in Scotland actually increasing by 1.5% in 2017-18. Does my honourable friend agree that as we approach the crucial COP26 summit in Glasgow later this year, the Scottish people deserve a government that is 100% focused on a green recovery, not another divisive independence referendum?
It's not for me to answer to the failings of the Scottish Government. However, I can assure my honourable friend that the UK Government is absolutely focused on achieving a green recovery plan as set out by the Prime Minister in his 10-point plan last year. This Government is also focused on safeguarding the Union, and I agree with my honourable friend that a divisive referendum on Scotland's separation from the UK at this time would be an irresponsible distraction from the necessary work required towards that green recovery.
Can I welcome the ambitious new target this Government set last week to cut the UK's carbon emissions by 78% by 2035? And does my honourable friend agree that in the run-up to the crucial COP26 summit later this year, it is more important than ever for all parts of the UK to work together so we can meet this target, so we can build back better and greener from the pandemic?
Again, I completely agree with my honourable friend. Our proposed world-leading target marks a decisive step towards net zero by 2050 and would reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 78% by 2035 compared to 1990 levels. Through this year's COP26 summit, we will urge countries and companies around the world to join us in delivering net zero globally as we continue to work together across all parts of the UK to achieve our net zero ambitions and achieve a green recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic.
The reality is the Minister should be embarrassed that renewable generators in Scotland face the highest locational grid charges in the whole of Europe. Ahead of COP26, we need to see a route to market for pumped storage hydro, for wave and tidal, go ahead for Acorn CCS and CFD for hydrogen. What capabilities the Scottish Office got to working with Cabinet colleagues to actually get these matters resolved?
I'll actually thank the honourable gentleman for his question, and I share his enthusiasm for all things related to energy renewables. But he'll know as well as I do that by law transmission charging is a matter for Ofgem as the independent regulator. And Ofgem, I would imagine he'd be aware as well, is currently considering some aspects of transmission charging arrangements through its access and forward-looking charges review.
The SNP Scottish Government has committed to doubling its Climate Change Justice Fund. If re-elected next week, this is £24 million fund is used to help combat the effects of climate change in the global south while we tackle carbon emissions at home. In the year of COP26, will the UK Government follow Scotland's lead and commit to a comparable climate justice fund to help those affected by climate change?
Not only will we commit to a comparable financial commitment, the recent spending review committed to spend £12 billion on green measures to support the 10-point plan and boost the UK's global leadership on green infrastructure and technologies, not just ahead of COP26 this year, but beyond as well.